Sorry I had to put a hat on because my hair looks crazy. But a couple weeks ago, I told you, or about a month ago, I shared the Me Too campaign again, and then I also posted an educational video and lightweight, sarcastic video about the truth about sexually abused children. Well, I found out that the schools are cutting the Family Resource Center pension in Kentucky, where I live. And in this pension is also, you know, the Family Resource Center. And what the Family Resource Center does, it helps minimize or eliminate non cognitive barriers for children so they can achieve academically. They remove stuff like we do vision screenings, hearing screenings. We do the backpack program. Kids that are on the backpack program can take a bag of food home every single, week. Um, they do the angel tree. A lot of you are familiar with the angel tree. They just do a lot of stuff that's beneficial to these children that are at risk for poverty or at risk for, um, they don't have a lot. So once I figured out that the governor and people higher up are cutting this pension, I was told that I couldn't email the governor. So what did I do? Well, y'all know me a little bit now. When someone tells me that I can't do something, I like to prove them wrong. I don't know. So I went on Google, looked up the governor, sent him a very long email about why they shouldn't cut the pensions and what the family resource does and how it's going to affect the children of the community. And I included a little paragraph about us not doing enough for sex education. Now, let me rearrange myself. Okay, so I was somewhere, I forgot where I was, and I saw a Positive Promotions magazine on a desk somewhere. And I was flipping through it, and I saw the same book, the same workbook that I used when I was in counseling when I was only 8 years old in that magazine. It's called My Body Belongs to Me. And let me show you all, if I can find it really quick. I just want to show you. Okay. This is the book. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Come on, bro. Really? Okay. Y'all see it? My Body Belongs to Me. It's the same book that I had when I was in counseling. I remember because I was flipping on. Well, actually, I asked someone if I could borrow that magazine, and then I took it back to wherever I was at, and then I started flipping through it, and then I found a website on that magazine, and I looked up the website, and it let me flip through this My Body Belongs to Me, their pages of the book, and I figured out that you could, like, anybody can access those books. People can actually buy that book. It's available for the public, and as soon as I found out that it was available for the public, I said, oh my gosh. And then I asked people, I said, hey, isn't there any way that, teachers or something, they have a talk with their kids about, good touch versus bad touch, like an appropriate age sex education? Like, because that book that I showed you all, my counselor used that to teach me good touch from bad touch. Like, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate, but it's age appropriate, And she told me, she says, well, there's just no fund for that in the school. And I said, what do you mean no fund? And then, because I met with one of my mentors from school in the social work program, and I was talking to her about it, and I said, well, I just found out that there's no fund for appropriate age sex education. She goes, no, there's not. And plus, I'm sure you already know that they're cutting the pension for the Family Resource Center. They're cutting all frisks. That's what they're called, Family Resource Center frisks. And I said, as soon as she said that they were cutting, or there was no fund for the sex education, and they're thinking about removing sex education from school. I think it was from a school in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure. I might be wrong on that. But as soon as she said that, my eyes started watering, and I said, this cannot happen. Why? Somebody tell me, why on earth would you cut sex education from the schools? Why? STDs are going to go up. The number of pregnancies are going to go up. Because people know what they're around. People are a product of their environment. And if they are a product of a bad environment that they're used to growing up in, guess what? They're not going to think it's wrong because they don't know any different. Why are they even thinking about taking out sex education? That is stupid. That is stupid. To me. Anyways. So when she informed me that, I showed her the book that I used. I typed up a thing and I showed it to her and I said, listen, I was going to buy the books out of my own money. Now, this is a little bit kind of lightweight messed up, but I recently danced to a song named Dura by Daddy Yankee. It got real popular, and I sent it to a couple of reggaeton pages. They reposted it, and Daddy Yankee liked it. Okay, yeah, Daddy Yankee liked it. But, so then after that, the DJs from where my mom lives, Indiana and Louisville, you know, the clubs that I always go to, they asked me, hey, you want to do a contest, the Duda contest, you inspired us to do it, and I said, yeah, sure. And they said, there's a cash prize. I said, well, money, how much we talking? Well, first place wins $300. I said, bet I'm in there. So I was going to raise the money for these books to buy these kids of the community by getting in dance competitions, dance contests at clubs and winning money. And by the way, I tied with an old lady. She was a grandma. But I got $150 out of it, so it's good. But yeah, that's how I was going to raise the money. And I wasn't even thinking about starting a fundraiser. I wasn't even thinking about doing anything of that because, oh no, I don't know. I don't like numbers. I don't like math. I don't like dealing with that. I don't know. That's more my mom's thing, not mine. So the lady that was telling me that they were cutting the pensions and they were taking the sex education out from the schools, I presented her this book and I said, listen, well, I think that every single kid should have this book like I had. Because maybe if intervention was earlier on my part, before I was 8 years old, then, you know, maybe it wouldn't have never happened. Or maybe when it started to happen, it wouldn't have escalated to the point that it did. And I'm just throwing this out there for y'all. I'm sorry. But the average age for a girl to get assaulted or molested or raped is like 11 through 14. And the average age for a boy is like 5 to 7. According to Crossan and Tower 2014, Understanding Child Abuse and Neglect. So just in case if you all want to look up that. 5 through 7. 5 years old to 7 years old. What grade is a person that is ages 5 through 7? What grade is that? First grade? Kindergarten, first grade? Young. That's young. And even for the girls, 11 through 14. That's like middle school. Or that's like 5th grade or 4th grade, I think. I don't know. But anyways, the point is, I'm saying intervention needs to happen early. I'm not talking about middle school. I'm not talking about, well, I already ranted about this in my other video, so I'm going to spare y'all. Just go watch it if you want to see it. But anyways, I decided to put actions where my words were going. You know, I was in a rage and I was mad and I was like, no, this can't happen. What's going on? I need to do something. So what I did, I found that book and I made a couple calls to Positive Promotions and I said, hey, I see your book. I see how much is it going to cost me if I buy a bunch of these books? And they're like, well, how much books are you talking? And I said, well, let's just think. How many kids are there in the community that are like ages, like kindergarten, first grade? No, let's just say first grade, just a scenario, just to throw that out there, first grade. And then I would take one of the elementary schools, or I took all the elementary schools. I found out how many people were in all ages in the kindergarten level. Average that up, around 200 kids, each school. Okay, 200 kids, cool. But I wanted to think bigger than that. So I'm like, all right, well, I want, for the next 4 years, I want to have books for every single kid for the next 4 years. Say if I picked a certain school or whatever. So the kids, each new class that comes in could have a set of books. You know, one book, each kid. So they can have, you know, some type of intervention. So then she's like, oh, well, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. And I said, what's a great idea? I said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this by dancing. I didn't tell her that because, oh, Lord, I'm in a social work program. They would think the worst. Actually, I told one of my teachers that, a couple, but not her because she used to be the dean. But she said, well, Carissa, I think you should start a fundraiser. And I said, doing what? And then she's like, I'm gonna help you do a fundraiser, and we're gonna do this together for the month of Child Abuse Prevention Month, which is the month of April. So I'm gonna need all y'all to go to Positive Promotions and look that up. Just research it, because it's true. Month of April, Child Prevention Abuse Awareness. So I said, okay, let's do it. Sure, why not? Let's do it. So I was contacting Positive Promotions. I made a Facebook page. And they actually made me, or I went and I designed the t-shirts, and they're $15 a piece. And I'll show y'all what the t-shirts look like. Every child matters. And this is the back. They're $15 a piece, and $5 for every shirt will go towards the books for the kids of the community that I'm planning to buy. And they also made this poster for me. Come on. For real? Really? Really? You gonna do that? Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Protecting children is everyone's business. And it says my name. It says a little bit of my story. Y'all know my story because I done told y'all. But yeah. So I did that. And I was just amazed because they built a whole website. And I have a whole website now. And if you click on it, I have the link in the bottom. So just click on that link and it'll take you if you want to see pictures. And if you want to buy a t-shirt, go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. But yeah, it's the money is going towards the books that I'm planning to buy for the kids of the community. And honestly, even if my goal is to raise $500. Okay. $500 to buy 800 educational developmental books for the children of the community so intervention can happen early and so we can prevent child abuse. Hello? Like that's what I want to do. I just want to give the kids a fighting chance because, it's crazy. Because a lot of kids don't get the sex talks growing up. I didn't get the sex talk growing up. I didn't know. Normally, kids would get it around in middle school or whatever, or in high school. That's the normal age, at least I would think, that kids should get the sex talk. But what if stuff is happening to those kids beforehand? That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I want to buy these books so that a little intervention can happen early and, they don't have to know all of the details about sex. No, they shouldn't. They're kids. But they could get an idea of, oh, hey, if something like this happens, then that's not right. I need to tell somebody because that's wrong. Kids need to know that, okay? Children need to know that. Our job as adults and our job as human beings are to protect the innocence of the kids, okay? And according to statistics, a lot of kids are getting neglected and abused mentally, medically, emotionally, physically, and sexually. What are we doing? Y'all, what are we doing? Okay? Something's not right. Something's not going on right. So, that's just my little mission. One of them. And by the way, I'm balancing this and a full-time job and grad school and an internship. But anyways, that's besides the point. But we all need to just stop worrying about each other's differences. We need to come together as humans, as decent people, and we need to raise our kids the right way. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. If you ask me, I'm going to be directly honest with you. If you can't take care of your kids, or if you don't want kids, you shouldn't have them. Point blank, period. That's it. There are millions of people trying to have kids right now that can't. Let that sink in. Okay? And there's a lot of people that are just having kids just to be popping out babies. What are you doing? Stop. Stop. If you can't support your kids, don't have them. Okay? I want kids one day. I do. I don't have any kids right now, but I want kids one day. So bad. But I'm scared to have them at the same time. Not because I'm questioning my own capabilities, because I think I'd be a great mom. I'm just questioning the capabilities of all these crazy people out there. The people that are the reason why everyone needs a book like this in the first place. But I started a fundraiser, and it's for child prevention abuse awareness, and I'm selling t-shirts. So if y'all want to buy one, or if y'all want to look at them, you can click the link, and it kind of tells my story a little bit. You already know that, though. So, yeah. My goal is to raise $500 to buy 800 books. And if I reach my goal without having to dance, because I was honestly going to dance to raise this money. Not like in a bad way. I mean, I don't even think that's a whole different subject, and I'm not even going to go into it. But if I raise this money just by selling t-shirts for child prevention abuse awareness, if I reach my goal, I'll probably cry. Yeah. Because, y'all, kids are our future. Like, kids are innocent. Like, don't take advantage of them, and, you know, be a good role model. And I know I'm not the best role model at all times because I get carried away, with social media and with all this stuff. I get carried away. But when it comes to kids, like, those are babies, and they don't know right from wrong, and they are fascinated with adults. Kids look up to adults. They're fascinated with us because they depend on us and they rely on us because we are their support system. We are the ones leading them. We are the ones showing them what's right from wrong, even if we don't realize that they're watching every single move we make. And then they try to copy us. Modeling. Whether or not you realize it, it's called modeling. I think that's Bandera. I don't know. Anyways, sorry, I thought I heard something. I'm paranoid. But yeah, if you would like to buy a shirt, I that'd be awesome. Thank you, for real, from the bottom of my heart, because I believe in this cause. I believe in it, 100%, and I'm doing something about it. If I didn't believe it, I wouldn't speak on it, and I wouldn't do something about it. Okay, so all this money is gonna go towards buying those books. And if I buy more books than I need, I already called Positive Promotions and I asked them, I said, how many books do you got in stock? 50,000 books. That's a lot of books. That's a lot of books. I'm just saying. But if I get it, I would just be happy if I just reached my goal. But if I got more than my goal, like, I'm not gonna just hand them out to just this community. I'm gonna go to every single other community and just be hand these books out to everyone because they need it. We all need to do better. So let's do better. Simple as that. But, okay, I'm done with my rant. Okay, the link's at the bottom. Thank you.